Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're diving into the story of one of the pride of the Philippine Navy, the BRP Ramon Alcaraz PS-16. A ship that doesn't just sail across the waters but carries a history, a purpose, and a vision of protecting the sovereignty of the Philippines. Now when we talk about naval power, especially in the region where tensions often rise over territorial disputes, ships like the Ramon Alcaraz play a very important role. And it's not just about firepower, it's also about presence, endurance, and the ability to represent the nation's commitment to security and defense. The BRP Ramon Alcaraz is a frigate, originally built for the United States Navy as part of the Hamilton-class cutters, but later transferred to the Philippines through the Excess Defense Articles program. Commissioned in the U.S. in the early 1970s, it served with the U.S. Coast Guard for decades before eventually finding its new home under the Philippine flag. When it was acquired, it went through extensive refitting and upgrades to make sure it was ready for service in the challenging waters of the West Philippine Sea and beyond. Naming the ship after Commodore Ramon Alcaraz, a World War II hero and naval officer who bravely defended the country during the Japanese invasion, gave the vessel not just a title but a legacy of courage and patriotism that resonates with every Filipino sailor aboard. Talking about its specifications, the BRP Ramon Alcaraz is around 115 meters long, with a displacement of about 250 tons. It's powered by diesel engines that allow it to sail at a respectable speed of around 29 knots, giving it both range and agility for patrol and combat operations. The ship is designed not just for high seas endurance but also for multi-purpose missions like maritime security, search and rescue, anti-smuggling, and environmental protection. And of course it carries enough armaments to stand its ground in a conflict scenario. The frigate is armed with a 76mm Oto Malara naval gun that can deliver precise firepower against surface and air threats. It's also equipped with 50 caliber machine guns, a 25mm Bushmaster chain gun, and space for upgrades that can allow missile systems and more advanced electronic warfare equipment. The ship's flight deck and hangar can support a helicopter, typically an Augusta-Westland AW109 or a similar platform, which extends its range for surveillance and anti-submarine operations. Now, beyond its hardware, the Ramon Alcaraz stands as a symbol of modernization for the Philippine Navy. When it was commissioned into service in 2013, it was only the second Hamilton-class cutter transferred from the U.S. after BRP Gregorio del Pilar. This was a clear step forward for the Philippines in strengthening its maritime defense posture, especially considering the increasing challenges in the West Philippine Sea. Every deployment of this ship sends a message of presence, a reminder that the Philippines is actively guarding its waters and asserting its sovereignty. The ship has taken part in numerous naval exercises with allies, including the United States, showing interoperability and boosting the training of Filipino sailors. It has also been deployed in humanitarian missions, proving that it's not just a tool of war but also a vessel that brings aid and hope in times of natural disasters. What's also inspiring is the legacy of its namesake, Commodore Ramon Alcaraz. He was a decorated officer who, during World War II, commanded a motor torpedo boat squadron that fought bravely against Japanese forces. He earned recognition for his leadership, his fighting spirit, and his deep loyalty to the country. Naming the ship after him ensures that every mission, every patrol, and every battle readiness drill carried out by PS-16 is done under the banner of his heroism. For the crew, it's not just about serving on a warship, it's about living up to a national legacy. So when you think about the BRP Ramon Alcaraz, you're not just looking at steel, weapons, and engines. You're looking at a story of transformation from an American cutter into a Filipino frigate, a story of heroism carried in its name, and a story of sovereignty every time it sails into contested waters. It stands as a reminder of the Philippine Navy's growing strength and determination to modernize and secure the future. This ship may not be the biggest or the most heavily armed in Asia, but it represents something much more important, the will of a nation to protect its seas, its people, and its freedom.